series has started. It's in the draft. It's IG versus Secret. Before going there, any quick predictions? Is it Secret's game to lose?
I've doubted both of these teams a little bit all tournament. I mean, I thought Secret would definitely finish top 6. I didn't think they would go undefeated. I didn't think IG would finish top 8. So which one was I more wrong about? I think I was more wrong about IG, so I'm going to say IG.
Okay,
Really?
wow.
2-1.
2-1, okay.
But I'm going to be wrong either way, so it doesn't really matter.
And that's the spirit. I'm going to go with Secret 2-0, although IG could definitely take a game, or even in the series, because they're certainly capable of doing so, but Secret's just too consistent right now, I think.
Yeah. Well, statistically, Secret wins this 2-0. Statistically, they don't lose a game all tournament.
Right.
Are they the new alliance?
I do not think this is the matchup they will lose a game in. I'm definitely going to say they will at least lose a game later on. I don't think it's this one. I still think it's even a bold prediction saying they'll lose a match, to be honest. They were
match
just
meaning
that
a series
much.
or meaning one
a
game?
series.
Okay.
They will lose a game, for sure.
Yeah.
But a best-of-3 series, I'm not so sure about. Just judging from how they played all group stage, they just seem to be one step ahead of everyone else. Even in the games that they got behind in, about 5 to 10k, they still pull it back in the late game. Better decision-making, better execution. So getting ahead against Secret in comparison to getting ahead against a team like IG is not as guaranteed of a win. So
Let me rephrase my prediction.
Right.
I wore the horse mask because I kept on losing on predictions. So I think Secret's going to win, and because I think they're going to win, I say IG, trusting that my record of being wrong
Now that you're
will
explaining, it
continue.
has jinxed you altogether.
Yes. And now, see, no matter what I say, I'm going to get it wrong.
Well, now
I
that
do
you've made
too.
your prediction, let's take a look at the draft and see whether you might have a chance or not at all. It looks like this. Like this.
here we go.
Team Secret getting their Shadow Fiend, but not their Chen. They do get the
Good
Vengeful
ban,
Spirit.
IG. Finally. We've seen it
Someone,
once or twice.
yeah,
but
seriously.
I'm really shocked how long it took for this to happen. Maybe the teams weren't considering it in the group stage, that they wanted to, like... I mean, this might be taking it too far because the group stage is really important, but they might have saved their absolute key bans, or maybe they just needed more footage before they decided that Chen is the targeted, or the key ban. I would say, against Team Secret, that would be 1 out of my 2 bans in every single game.
Wow.
I would ban out Chen.
Okay. Are you scared of the Wisp on Secret's hand? Because they haven't played it so much in the tournament, but this is a team that can perfectly play it. Navi has done it a lot of time in the past, and I mean, if you look at Arteezy, he's a guy that can play the carry again in the Wisp lineup as well.
I think the way Secret have been drafting, they never first picked IO, I think.
No,
They
that
always
was
take
only
Shadow
Cloud9
Fiend.
a few times and did not work very
Yeah,
well.
they take Shadow Fiend and Chen, or Chen first, together with, if they don't get Shadow Fiend, they take Lycan. There's been like a very clear pattern. Shadow Fiend or Lycan every single game, first phase if they can, together with Chen. If Chen is banned, another key support, generally a Rubik for Kuroki, somewhere down the line.
Maybe the Venge. I think I saw
Yeah.
a Lion once or twice.
So you can ban IO in the second phase, if you're worried about it.
Yeah.
If they grab it in the first phase, they grab it without the partner, because they will get Lycan or Shadow Fiend, both of which are really not good with the IO. And then you can ban out partners in the second phase, maybe you even steal one if you feel like it's a good game for, say. You can run Tiny without IO. It's not ideal, but you can do it. Bristleback is another one, which they've actually banned out this time against Psy.
You know, it feels like IG is... We often talk like, do you draft to your strengths? Do you draft against the team? They're doing a little bit of drafting in their strengths, but it's a lot of drafting against the team. Banning out Axe as well as the Chen, as you mentioned. Then taking the Lycan. Luo is a fantastic Lycan player, although he did not have a very good Naga performance in his last game of the group stage. But Lycan is one of his strong heroes. They then grab the Visage, which is not really a go-to IG hero right now. So this also feels not like a block pick, but just trying to take it away from them a bit. Then they ban the Bristle and the Brood, banning out Zai very heavily. So IG are very specifically trying to just take all of Secret's strengths away, it feels
You think
to me.
Drow needs to be banned here for Secret?
Or picked.
I want to bring us back to their match they had in the group stage. IG felt that Team Secret was the team that deserved to pick something entirely different, and they went with the Keeper of the Light, Earthshaker. Of course, it didn't work for them, but it was a very long match. In very secret fashion, it lasted 46 minutes and 52 seconds.
Was it a support ES or?
Yes, it was a support ES. IG's lineup was Cuddle ES, Medusa as the farmer, Shadow Fiend, and Timbersaw as the offlaner, while Team Secret had Axe, Venge, Lycan, and they had Visage and Windrunner as well. So maybe the Visage is also a targeted, let's steal this pick from you.
They've taken 2 of those heroes. They've banned Was it one or two of them? Did they take
Yeah,
Chen Secret?
no, they didn't take Chen because it was banned in that game.
Okay, so they're trying to take everything they can
But are
away
there
from
enough
Secret.
picks and bans to get them out of their comfort zone? I don't know. I mean, Arteezy's pretty happy with the Shadow Fiend.
And they get the S4 Queen of Pain. These have been two of their preferred cores when they're not playing those tanky frontliners. It does suggest that we should see some sort of tempo controller for Zai. I think a big one that we've seen a lot of is Puck, although he's a little bit squishy. Sin, anything that you would look to as a Zai hero? Maybe they save it for 5th pick here, but...
I am not completely sure this is an S4 Quap, actually.
You think it maybe is a Zai Quap?
It might be a Zai Quap. And the reason is, when Secret don't have their Chen to play that kind of style where they siege the base fairly early or take towers early, and they use their levels on Queen of Pain and Chen to force the fights at, say, minute 10 to 15, when they don't have that Chen pick, they might not be able to take these fights as early, and then maybe they put the Queen of Pain off lane and they run another core together with the Venge safe lane. I don't think that's out of the question. I also want to say Queen of Pain very good against supports that don't have stuns or silence. Visage, terrible in lane against Queen of Pain, can't really do anything against her. Sure, you can't disjoint the Soul Assumption, but that's pretty much the only strength of Visage against this lane. So,
what is the IG
it's an
support
option
here?
still.
Chuan does play junglers on occasion. Enchantress is something we've seen out of him.
If
in
you
the
have a
past.
Visage, do you want a jungler? Isn't it too
Yeah.
greedy? Because I'm expecting Visage to be the 4 support, and maybe they're getting
Probably.
a
So then what do you look at?
a Rubik. I like a Rubik.
They'll go
here.
Lion.
Well, they go
Lion's
Lion. Yeah, that's very Chinese, like all the Chinese.
Oh, it
teams
gives
have
you good
Visage.
lockdown versus Queen of Pain, the instant Hex versus Shadow Fiend, and lately we've seen almost entirely that Yule Scepter Blink build. So he doesn't build BKB early, so
Drow
Hex
is
could
still
be
in.
very strong.
Drow is still in, and now it's the question whether Secret want to try to grab it, because they have triple range.
Yeah.
They don't have the Visage, so they will be picking it against them, and if they do that, they could run that Quap offlane. I don't think it's that bad of a pick. She has somewhat of a hard time against Lycan. I would say she's really good against Visage. If the familiars try to attack her, she 2-shots them, and they don't remove the aura. I believe it's only heroes, not hero-controlled units
That
that
is
can
correct.
remove it. So I think that will be okay for Secret. The question is if IG want it, because they didn't pick it 3rd. I think it's a really good idea to pick it 4th if they want it. Now, this Clockwork pick for me is...
So it looks like the Zai
Right.
Clock,
It is
the
a
S4
Clockwork
Quap.
offlane. So it is S4 Quap after all. If they get the Drow now, I think it's way more risky. I think that's part of the reason Secret pick it, and IG will ignore it. They will not get the Drow. I think we won't see it this game.
So looking like maybe even a 430 Quap here. Yeah, 430 or up.
No, Puck.
430 Puck.
Yes.
Yeah, he's changing teams now.
Yeah.
Yeah, 430 Puck. So they'll need that final core, something for June to play in the offlane. What is June going to be playing this game for IG? On the side of Secret, they need a support, something with the Venge.
What do you guys think about Timbersaw versus Clockwork?
As a one-on-one matchup in lane or in the game in
just
general,
in the game in general.
I want to say Clock is fairly good against Timber.
Yeah.
You can hookshot in, and then the trick against Timber is to maybe not even cog him in, but knock him back into the team of Clockwork. I would say for the lane matchup, it's pretty even.
And the other thing is if somehow Clockwork gets Timber inside the cogs with battery assault, Timber cannot Timber chain away. Because the mini stun
you
will...
keep on getting interrupted.
I think if you time it perfectly, you can maybe chain just outside the cogs, and then you get knocked back.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good. Like, they counter each other in a way. It's not... it's not
Secret
as straightforward.
really are loving their junglers. I liked this last ban from IG. They ban the Enchantress, and looking at their supports, not the strongest early on the Visage line, need their levels. So instead, go a little bit greedier for the Enigma, and IG are going to look to match them with what looks to be a June. A June Doom now.
A June Doom.
A June Doom.
A June Doom.
Do you think he's jungle?
Apparently our producer got excited about that.
If it jungles, what's going to be like a double off Visage? Is that what we're looking at?
No, I don't think he jungles. I think he starts off lane. Maybe they give the lane support, and June goes to the woods at some point.
That sounds more reasonable.
I think the reason they think they can get away with this Doom is that when there's an Enigma jungle, he'll be... Oh, the duo lane he's playing against is awful for Doom, though.
Yeah.
Venge Quap will keep him level 1, I think. He can't even go off lane. So maybe that's not what they do.
I mean, the other option is to send like a dual lane Puck +1 there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the days when Enigma was first pick and then people would counter? They picked the counters first and then finish with Enigma. How things have changed.
This is a lot of lockdown for Enigma, but he's not going to beat the jungle. Get a lot as he has most games. Won't be supporting him too much in lane Arteezy. And well, with that said, looks like the game's ready.
The game's ready, and we are not going to cast that. For that, we have the amazing gods and Merlini, who are going to take us away to this game 1 of IG versus Secret. Gods, Merlini, hello and good luck.
Thank you, Bruno. Welcome to the opening best of 3 series of the Dota 2 Asia Championships. It's Secret versus IG. I'm Gods, joining me is Merlini. How are you doing?
Hey, how's it going? Pretty interesting draft from both of these teams. I think IG has actually one of the best targeted drafts against Secret that I've seen this entire tournament.
Yeah, I think they were well prepared. Happy to give up the Shadow Fiend of Arteezy, but planning the Lycan as an opening pick, getting the Visage to go with it. We're going to introduce some drafts here to get things underway here. Team Secret going to be playing on that Radiant side, and we'll see what they have in store for us here. It's going to be Puppey on the Enigma as we go to a camera shot. I'm not sure where we're going here. How are you doing, by the way?
Hello.
Oh,
I'm doing well this fine evening.
Yeah. It's exciting. We're finally into the main event. Almost $3 million in prize money up for grabs here, and IG have something sneaky planned here. They smoked down the bottom lane here. It's going to be Luo playing the Lycan, June on the Doom, Ferrari 430 on the Puck, Lion going to be playing in the back lines, and then finally you've got the Doombringer being played by June, and they're going to run right into this jungle, running directly into Team Secret. And S4 is going to be the one they run into. The smoke is going to get dispelled, and S4 does not have... Well, there's not going to get Hex here. He's out of range, and Chizbug can't actually catch up to him. So, early smoke rotation, looking for that fast pick-off, but couldn't quite find it from IG. But they do get some wards, and they are going to look to block out the Enigma's jungle here.
I think they have to block more than those 2 camps, though. I've seen Puppey's Enigma work in these 2 Radiant camps, and he still hits level 6 around 515, 530.
Yeah.
So the economic impact is actually not really there. It of course will help hurt Kiro a little bit if he can't pull, but at the same time he's a vengeful spirit and the level's not quite as important to him.
Alrighty, well we'll see. They block off his big camp and the medium camp, so he doesn't have the 2 camps close to each other, which is I guess the important thing.
And the one more camp.
Yeah, okay, so 3 camps blocked out. IG, as far as lanes go, I mean, they mentioned Doom going to struggle to get much out of this offlane against a Venge Queen of Pain lane. Are they going to look to run dual lanes, put the Doom in the jungle? What's going to be like the plan for IG
Doom
here?
will get owned in the off lane. I don't think he can go there. He will either need some assistance or he will need to just straight go to the jungle. It is a very difficult lane. I think even 1v1 versus Quap is very difficult with a Vengeful Spirit threat there and no like ward around in that immediate area. Aside from blocking the jungle, it is far too difficult for him to stay in lane.
Yeah, level 1 he's just like, screw it, I'm going straight jungle. 2 heroes jungling! Luo on the Lycan is jungling. Jude on the Doom is jungling. They're given the safe lane to the Lion and the Visage. Something IG did back in like some of the previous tournaments like I-League where they would run Luo on this Lycan and have him just jungle. They'd give Chuan a safe lane to farm, or in this case that's exactly the case. He's on the Visage getting farm in this lane, and they're running dual junglers. They're abandoning the offlane. This is something completely new out of IG.
It's pretty cool. I think they can get away with it. The Clockwork is, I mean, he's okay at contesting, but not that wonderful. I actually didn't like the Clockwork pick that much, just because of Lycanthrope Wolves. I think that's actually one of the main reasons why Clockwork was just so unpopular, was because of the popularity of Lycan. And if you can like block the hook shots, you can always scout out the Clockwork, and if you can't get a good initiate, he's not that great of a hero if he can't get in there. And IG spent a lot of their bans, 3 out of their 5, targeting Zai, so I would say less than ideal hero choice for Secret's offlane.
Oh, bottom lane. June's been caught out here. He's finally decided to leave the jungle. Come bottom, he's going to be forced to pop the Scorched Earth, get out of this lane. Just a level 1 Venge who has Wave of Terror, so not a whole lot he can do as far as getting out of the lane. Meanwhile, top lane, a lot of harass coming out onto Zai, but similar case. They can zone out the offlane to some extent, but they're not getting any kills just yet. Lua will deny himself to neutrals and just kind of get that efficiency going in the jungle, as he even buys a last GG branch before dying.
So overall, still looks like Team Secret with the gold and XP advantage. Enigma with that smaller camp dewarded. Looks like he is doing just fine and dandy.
Yeah, Enigma's going to be able to probably farm better than the dire junglers. Enigma just being known for that, but as far as whose lineup do you feel is going to like look to get aggressive first? Because IG running these kind of 2 greedy junglers, are they going to look to try and punish this by getting Enigma like early ganks and rotations happening, or are they just happy to keep on farming?
I think it's more about Roshan control than getting aggressive. Both of these teams have very good Roshan lineups. Lycan can solo it, Secret can easily do it with just Enigma and Shadow Fiend and Wave of Terror in the mix, not even necessary for them. So, I mean, both of these teams, I think they're more than happy to farm and probably too risky of a play for them to make any huge tower moves early in concern of Roshan.
Okay. Well, as far as the mid lane goes, Ferrari and Arteezy trading CS to some extent. 11 and 4 on the Puck to the 13-4 of Arteezy Shadow Fiend. Puck obviously helped out a bit by, I believe, the Lycan as a point in how. Maybe not actually going for that because he's jungling here. Arteezy taking tower hits. That is not cost-effective harass coming out from your Shadow Fiend, but he does have the full bottle charges and should be reasonably okay in the middle lane.
This is not an easy matchup for Puck. Like at some point, he's going to have just so many souls that Puck can't really do that much about it, and he has not that great kill potential, especially not solo. But of course, once he hits level 6, maybe if Lion or Visage comes in, should be okay for him. But I guess that's generally how matchups go for Shadow Fiend. 1 through 3, 1 through 4 is like mediocre, and then after that, it is just downhill.
And especially when the Lycan actually hasn't gone for any points in the Howl, so that makes the Puck's life a bit harder. I saw the Lycan and I'm like, okay, they got Howl for the familiars, they're going to have Howl for the Puck in his lane, but Ferrari has not gotten that support at all. So the support may come from, like, when he hits level 6, we'll see either the Lion or the Visage rotate off that top lane. So top rune going to spawn. Arteezy gets the bounty rune. The Lycan Wolf attempting a deny there, but unsuccessful. And the lanes will continue here. No first blood just yet. No rotations really out of the ordinary. As Doom has shown up once again at the bottom lane. Doom is level 4.5. This Doom is Trinkle Boots, 500 gold. June's getting a lot of good farm here as what would normally be an off lane where he struggles.
It was smart for him to go into the jungle first and get a creep. It's far too dangerous for him to go try and get a creep early, and actually there weren't even any big camps for him to have access to. So good play from him.
You can definitely see the trade-off though. Just looking at the hero levels, it's 3 secret heroes already level 5. Meanwhile, it's just the Puck. June gonna get jumped to the bottom lane. Shadow Strike Scream after the wave, taking a lot of damage here. Has the Scorched Earth though, and that's gonna keep him alive just barely. He knew the limits of his hero, and Secret get some good harass off there, but at the end of the day, they wanted that kill, they wanted that first blood. Rocket Flare coming in, June will survive it though. Very long-range Rocket Flare, almost getting the kill there from Zai. Just a level 1 rocket though. If he had level 2, level 3, there would have been a kill.
Oof, those Trinkle Boots. Clockwork also going for a pretty defensive build with the Belt of Giant Strength. I would usually see Clockworks trying to rush a bottle just so they can bottle crow, keep themselves topped off, but he's actually somewhat of a precarious position sitting at 500 HP.
I think, yeah, exactly. Worried about the killing potential of this duel lane. Another reason why they maybe didn't want to put Lycan in the safe lane is because he can't really zone or kill a Clockwork too easily. Just, you pop the cogs, you get out of there, and you don't really, you do more damage to the Lycan than you take yourself. So the threat's going to come from these 2 ranged heroes, especially once they hit level 6. You get a level 6 with Familiars, with a Finger of Death. That's when you're looking at IG possibly picking up
Puppy
the first
going mid, looking for a hole.
Yeah.
See, his levels are ridiculous. He's only been working with 2 camps and he's almost level 7.
And now he's got his other big camp back up. So you can see the XP advantage going the way, as well as the gold advantage. 2,000 in Secret's favor. It does feel like IG definitely more geared towards the late game with the Doom pick, the Lycan. But they want to take Roshan early. They also want to get both Lion and Visage involved. Like when they hit level 6, I feel like they need
coiled out in mid.
Okay, they're going to TP in a 3rd as well as potentially a 4th. No, the TP cancelled from the Clockwork at top, but it doesn't matter. Puck, Ferrari 430, first blood in the middle lane. Meanwhile, top lane, Clockwork killed the Visage. That was the TPing Chuan. And, well, Zai caught him out. The hookshot was used, the battery assault as well. Chuan just not watching his hero as he thought he had a kill in mid lane.
So IG finally making a retaliation. They're tired of Secret being able to control both of those runes, and Shadow Fiend is also playing very aggressively up on Ferrari mid. Finally he gets punished for it.
Okay. For IG, like, they're behind on gold, they're getting out farmed here. What's going to be kind of like the key moves and plays to kind of turn things around as far as this game's going?
I think they just have to wait for over-aggression. Like if S4 overextends, it's just mostly going to be like coil into Doom combos or coil into Lycan Wolf chasing them down. So just watch Ferrari for most of the movements. It looks like he has opted for treads instead of or actually phase moves instead of an early move.
I guess worried about the last hit battle here. Top lane, they're going to go into Zai here. They pop the shapeshift and everything, and Zai needs to get out of this one. Has a battery assault blocking him as well, so couldn't get out of the Lycan right clicks. No chance for a cogs. Bottom lane, they go in on June. Could get a kill if they get in the black hole, I feel, but other than that, they're just going to prioritize the tier 1 tower. So first tower of the game of the main event at the Dota 2 Asia Championships goes the way of Team Secret at bottom, as the kill score even 2 apiece, but just looking at the farm right now, the net worth, 4 of the top 5 all on the Secret side. Even if it's kind of close with Lycan the Doom not trailing far behind, it does present a cause for concern for the Invictus Gaming squad.
And looking at Secret's items too, they're also just itemizing very early for the push. You'll see S4 pick up a Ring of Basilius, a very unusual pickup on Queen of Pain just to help with those Eidolons, and so Puppey can get a little bit of a quicker mech. It's not that important that Quap has that much farm, because Shadow Fiend will be doing most of the heavy lifting, as long as he has a good baseline of HP.
Yep. Well, the Familiars now coming into play. Chuan's actually sent them off the top lane. They initially go towards mid lane, possibly looking for another kill on the Shadow Fiend, but now going to venture down towards bottom. So we'll have to keep an eye on what he does with those. As for Secret, still no use of the Black Hole just yet. Puppey is going to be rushing the traditional mech on Enigma, and we'll see what his next move is going to be.
They really want mid tower. If you're Secret right now, you're like, okay, we need to get this mid tower sometime, but they know they can't just do it straight up. The positioning is terrible. They have to push uphill. They can easily just get chased down by Puck and Lycan in that position, and they're not quite strong enough to fight there yet. And it's also just a difficult position to fight into if you get a hook shot. So I would say that they're looking for a gank, try and get that tower, and then control Roshan, and of course fend off IG from getting any of these towers.
There is a level 6 online now, so they've got the Finger of Death, which does give them a lot of burst damage killing potential. And we'll see if that's what they're going to look for here. With Chizbug kind of sitting back, he's going to maybe join up with June here. Smoke recently coming out on the courier, so I feel like this is possibly a time to strike if you're IG. Get a kill, try to turn it into a tower like you mentioned, and if they can take the tier 1 mid, tier 1 bottom tower, Roshan becomes easy peasy for them.
Yeah, I mean, most efforts are going to be in the mid and bottom lane. Top lane is just going to be that safe farmer lane for the supports or for Zai. And going back to the phase boot pickup on Puck, it's very unusual, and I think a lot of players are like, why would you ever get phase boots on Puck? He has like so many spells that you need to cast all the time, but his right click is actually pretty decent. Puck has fairly good base damage, and on top of that, with Lycan, how he can actually hit very, very hard.
Top lane, they're looking for a rotation in here from behind. The Lycan will scanning this one out, but Zai gets back, and he's not going to get caught out, at least not initially, by this gank.
And he has to play very carefully. 700 HP versus the likes of Quap Ultimate and Shadow Rays is just devastating if he actually gets caught out. But they don't really have that many good ways to catch him, I would say.
And even just that movement speed burst can occasionally get you out of like a Clockwork Battery Assault or something.
Contest for top rune.
Ferrari's going to get there, gets the regen as well. May have to orb out of this one. There is a Clockwork hookshot available. Goes for it, hits the neutral camp though. Zai now going to get punished. He got baited in by the Ferrari 430 Puck. The pianist himself orchestrates a beautiful symphony as he gets himself a kill there. That's going to be a nice little pick-me-up for IG.
That's a dubious play.
By Zai?
Yeah.
He's had some... Overall, he's been amazing, but it's still like a bristleback game or two where Secret are really far ahead, but he dives really deep sometimes for kill. I remember that one moment, like diving past the T2 mid tower where he ended up dying, and it's like, great, the team's winning, he's farmed out of his mind, playing incredibly well, but sometimes he'll get over-aggressive.
Yeah, luckily they can afford a death on Clockwork, but still, it's definitely not ideal for them.
The hookshot being on cooldown, it's kind of, well, the recipe for this tier 1 top tower to go down. Zai going to TP in, but does not have a hookshot, can't actually initiate. They're going to solo Black Hole Lure on the Lycan. Nothing to cancel this at the time being. Lure goes down to start things off. Zai wishes he had that hookshot back. They're going to lose a Familiar here as IG back off. Secret rotating in a lot of heroes, and it's the Puppey mech giving Secret this kind of boost to their team fight right now that IG, I think, don't want to deal with.
They just left Lycan to die there. They had Doom, and I guess Lion wasn't that close. I don't know if Doom cast range was enough, but great Black Hole by Puppey right there.
Yeah. Just killing off the Lycan at this point. Your solo Black Hole, not exactly your dream Black Hole, but early on in the game, seems well worth it. And now Secret, a lot of heroes up top lane, but here comes Puck from the side. No Blink Dagger just yet. He's on 1900 gold. One team fight here could look to set something up as they're going to TP back in the Lycan here. He's got the shapeshift available. Secret Zai does have his hookshot. Will he go in? The Midnight Pulse has been laid down. Zai's been completely exposed with the trees cut down by the Midnight Pulse, and Ferrari has a Dream Coil available on the side. It looks like Puppey kind of out of position. He gets Grave Chill. Still holding onto the Dream Coil is Ferrari. Goes in with a Waning Rift. Not going to throw the orb just yet. They use the nuke from the Visage. Now in comes your Dream Coil. Catches out 4, but they're not committing to this one. Eidolon's kind of zoning IG out. The hookshot now goes flying. Chizbug caught in the cogs. Sonic Wave to follow. They lose the line right off the bat. No counter kills coming IG's way. Chuan out of mana. Can't throw off any more solar assumptions. And Secret looking to dive past the tier 1 tower. They want more. They know IG are out of tools to fight right now. Chuan going to get double race down. Ferrari could be next. He has got an orb available, and he's looking to kind of turn around and fight. The tier 1 tower goes down, and Secret come out on top with a tier 1 and a 2-for-0 trade. Most of that just seems to come down to Puppey having a mech there.
Yeah, it really did, and that was just fantastic positioning by Secret and Zai in particular. He didn't get caught with the other 4 in the Dream Coil, but he was there to counter-initiate. If they go in on him, he can isolate a couple of heroes with a hook shot and a cog to push them back into their team. And I think IG made the right move by not following up after that puck coil. And they took the fight really far away from their tower, unfortunately. It was, pretty close to the river and right next to the ram, which is not where you want to take a fight. Lycan wants to be able to chase people down with his wolves, with his shapeshift, but tower diving like that this early into the game is a recipe for disaster.
Secret just have so much damage at this stage of the game. With the Shadow Fiend, Triple Raise, Requiem, Queen of Pain had the Sonic Wave, and Secret knew if they just brought in everyone, they even brought in S4 on the Queen of Pain, it didn't matter that they were committing 5 heroes, because IG, in the same boat, they also had 5 heroes up there. So end result is that neither team was farming the rest of the map, and IG losing a couple heroes in a tower is a big loss to them. They're now going to smoke gank here. They're looking to find a pick off somewhere, knowing that after that, Secret may kind of split up and farm more. There's no Sonic Wave, no Black Hole.
They have the Blink finally on puck. This is
yeah. Oh, they'd love to catch out S4 here. The smoke gets revealed. Blink silence from Ferrari. He gets it off before S4 reacts, and they burst down the Queen of Pain. Nice pick off coming the way of IG.
Nice observer ward placement, too, by Chizbug.
Oh yeah, block off the Enigma camp.
Well, he had to place it to get vision on the quad. It was nighttime. The smoke was popped, but they didn't actually have vision of what hero was there. And it's also a pretty good Roshan ward, especially with these trees cut down. They have very good vision into if Secret's going to run into it or not.
Well, the trees just come back up as you say that.
Wow. So much for that.
It was a good point while it lasted. IG now, I feel like taking Roshan is going to be really important for them at some point. They maybe want to look for a pick-off.
They have Medallion on Visage. They can do it really quickly. Medallion and Vlad's up.
Yep. So for now, it looks like they're going to push out the mid lane with the puck. Lycan is nearby Roshan, clearing out some Ancients for the time being. And they're going to use this ward. They may actually catch up Puppey here on the Enigma. Oh, Puppey comes close. He's got no vision. Doom available. He's hasted, but there goes your haste. The Doom going to take that one off, and Puppey going to be brought down. Queen of Pain actually blinks into this one very aggressively, possibly just looking for the deny here. Lycan Wolves going to help secure the kill. No deny from S4, and IG now going to find themselves, well, dealing with a Secret Zai Clockwork here. He actually just hookshotted into possibly his demise. Lycan going to get thrown up in the air. Nice use from Arteezy. Throws the Requiem defensively, but they get cancelled by a Dream Call. Ferrari gets off the Waiting Rift. He can't get off the Requiem. He gets a dying Requiem off, but they've lost 3. Only killed out the puck. Kuro not dead just yet. He gets a swap forward. He wants to stun on Chizbug. He's not going to get it. The earn damage won't be enough as well. S4 blinks in, takes down your Lycan. It's a 4-for-2 trade, and IG going to be thrilled about that one. Queen of Pain getting a double kill. Slight concern, but overall, IG with the numbers advantage, even if they lost 2 of their main carries.
This great warding set that all up for them. Without that ward, they wouldn't have gotten the jump on Enigma. They really had to kill him very, very quickly because, as you said, the mech turned around that fight up top. And without Puppey being there in the fight, it was just a disaster for Secret.
Well, it does give Queen of Pain an Orchid now, which is especially bothersome for the puck. Almost forces puck to go like Yules as your next item.
Even for Lion, it's pretty darn bad.
Yeah, there's just a lot of heroes who are going to struggle to deal with. Doom is not going for a BKB of any sort, so if you catch out the Doom with an Orchid as well, he's going to have the Ag, which makes him a bit tankier, but you can blow him up. Queen of Pain, with her nukes, you've got SF Razors, you've got a Clockwork who can hookshot in. There's a lot of damage output that can come out of the Secret side, and right now, IG fighting in this Radiant jungle, Secret have no vision. All their vision is on the kind of upper side of the map. They've got vision in the IG jungle around the top river, but they're playing so blind in their own jungle, and that's where IG's focusing their efforts.
It's like a semi-push mid, and IG is not even close to defending this tower. They really need this tower up for Roche. They've been controlling this area very well for the last 5 minutes, and kind of all their efforts go to waste if this tower falls.
It's very low here, and we may even just see Arteezy look to walk up the hill and go for this one. Has got a double damage rune on his Shadow Fiend even as well. Black Hole back up. June now on the high ground. Has Doom once more. Fairly tanky with the Oak Club and Point Booster, but would love an Acceptor fairly soon here. They're going to get the tower down to deny range. Arteezy with the DD rune. They're going to hook shot to the high ground. They catch out. June on the Doom. Can he turn and throw his ultimate? Doesn't look like it. The battery assault preventing the cast, and I don't think you want to go into this one. I think if you're IG, you cut your losses, you back off, and accept that that's not a fight that you want to be taken.
Another Observer War sets up another fight.
That was like instantly planted, and the hook shot immediately followed. So Secret maintained their gold lead, about a 5,000 gold lead, 3,000 experience lead, and it's the Queen of Pain Shadow Fiend duo with a lot of farm here. No real carry on the IG side getting anything comparable. It's the Quap leading the net worth, but that is not your carry if you're IG.
And Puck just needs so many items this game. He needs a Yules to counter the Orchid from the Quap. He also needs a Scepter, I think, to eventually deal with these BKBs. One coming out from Queen of Pain, one coming out from Shadow Fiend, and he doesn't have that much farm to show for it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what IG's next move is. Still not going for the Roshan. It's a very risky play to make. It looks like they want to try catch out Arteezy at the top lane. He's got Ogre Club, Yule Scepter. It looks like he does find out the rotation here. There is a Dream Call available. Arteezy, no TP, going to turn around and Yules, throw the Requiem to get some minus physical damage on these heroes. He's done a lot of damage, and S4 shows up, gets one, gets two. The Puck and the line both go down instantly. S4's going to be a bit careful, but Kuro's TP'd in now as well. Gets this done to Chuan. S4 with one last Scream of Pain. He gets another kill. Actually, Kuro getting the last hit. 3-0 here, looking for a fourth. June is in all sorts of trouble here. The Midnight Pulse laying down the damage he's going to throw. Well, a clap just before he dies, and 4-0. They thought they had Arteezy, and there's still a T1 top. That was just too easy for Secret to rotate in and countergate there.
I mean, that was a really good play by Shadow Fiend. I think a lot of players would have defensively used there, buy time for his team, but knowing that they can't stop the Requiem if he uses the Puck, and Phase Shift isn't actually long enough, I don't think, to dodge all the damage from the Requiem.
Yeah.
They just got blown up by Requiem and Sonic Wave. And if he uses himself, he's not going to be able to get his Requiem off. They'll just disable him with Lion, they'll Finger of Death on Waning Rift, and he's dead to rights. And they'll probably get a few kills, but this way they get a few kills without him dying.
Yeah, and sure, IG have a lot of magic damage, but there is still right clicks in between the disables, and that's something underrated about the Requiem of Souls, is that minus physical damage, which does negate a lot of the IG damage output when they're going for those kills. So Secret now in a really strong position. Not S4. Arteezy on the Shadow Fiend has a BKB pickup. It's coming, well, it's at least at base, hasn't come out on the Courier just yet, and it looks like they're going to be the ones with Roshan control. They take down the mid tower, the bottom tower, and just pick up these key items, and suddenly IG not equipped to fight. Immediate Wolf scouts out this Roshan though, so IG know exactly when Roshan started and roughly how long it's going to take to kill, and they're making a move towards the pit.
I think they're too slow.
It sure looks like it. There's a vision around the pit. They're going to drop down the cogs to slow them down as well. No time to get there. That was just too fast, too easy. With the Venge, with the Shadow Fiend, couldn't cut it.
Yeah, very nice, crisp movements from Secret. I mean, it's a pretty far transition to like top lane kill to bottom Roche, and they're just very quick about it, knowing that they can capitalize on it. It's also a much better position for them to fight in around the Roche pit with the Clockwork Cogs, they're grouping up for Queen of Pain, grouping up for Requiem, grouping up for the Black Hole. So even if IG were there, they'd have to be there like much earlier, and just they'd have to spread out. But fighting up that choke, like this hill is just deadly to fight in.
Yeah, and they had no vision. They were going in without a smoke even. Secret had complete map control. They had the ward by the Secret Shop, the ward above the Roshan pit. They could see anyone and anything coming in from any direction. Bottom lane, we're going to see Arteezy make a move on Chuan. They miss. Well, a scream of pain, but that's nothing too much to worry about. Zai, meanwhile, has caught out Chizbug with a hook shot in. Chizbug going to turn, even use the Finger of Death. Not sure if that's going to lead to much. They get the Doom off, though, and Zai will go down. Sonic Wave from the high ground catches out too, but not going to follow that one up as S4 earns off some of the damage that he took, and they'll just take down this tier 2 bottom tower. But a Doom and a Finger of Death used for that Zai Clockwork. Probably an okay trade for Secret.
And Lycan's farm is unfortunately a little lackluster as well. He's been forced to come to a lot of fights. His net worth is actually below Enigma's right now. He is sitting at number 4. They need a big bad Lycan to choke through Secret's massive HP pools and massive survivability with BKBs, and without a farm Lycan, they don't have enough physical damage through BKB.
It just feels like IG's draft hasn't got the kind of momentum they were hoping for. They were hoping to maybe get some early levels and farm on the Lycan, take a Roshan, take towers. They've only taken the single tier 1 tower up top. Other than that, there's just been no real pressure coming out of IG. They've been constantly playing kind of defensively and reacting to what Secret are doing.
Yeah, you can do that if you have like a Medusa, or if you have overwhelming late game, or if the other team can't take objectives. But Secret with the Enigma, they can easily take objectives with the minus armor. They can easily take Roshan. So I think this sort of draft is better suited for a different type of game, especially with the double jungler. Double jungle is just no pressure out in a lot of the lanes. Shadow Fiend had a quick and easy level 5. They had rune control at the very start, and it's a slower draft from IG, but it can't stand up versus it's only 22 minutes in the game, and Secret's just running away with it.
They didn't get punished for it in the lane stage, but definitely just their heroes in general weren't ready to fight. Like Enigma got the mech, Because Secret also played it slow in the laning stage, but once they grouped up, they just had a far superior 5-man. Like Enigma with a Black Hole with a mech, they had Queen of Pain Sonic Wave. Just heroes actually ready to fight. The Doom, he can Doom one target, but even just getting a Doom off is challenging. You get Orchided, you get stunned up. If he gets initiated on, it's all sorts of trouble. They have got a Doom with an Ag Scepter now, though, and that's going to make their life a bit easier in these fights. Whoever gets doomed should, in theory, go down here.
I don't actually think the damage is his problem. He needs a better tool of initiation. He can't just walk by the clockwork or the clock.
So getting like a Blink Dagger, you think? Bottom tier 1 tower going to get denied by Zai, so IG, nothing can really go their way at this point here. Puppey may get caught out here. June smoked up, no vision just yet. Puppey, oh, he's so close. They finally spot each other out here, but without a Blink Dagger and Puppey knowing he's there, I think this is cue for IG to retreat and just try and not get hook-shotted here. Familiars are there. You got to try and block the hook with those familiars. As Secret decide they're not going to look to try and make a move off of this. Secret, so they've got this Aegis. They're not really using it for too much right now. Do you feel like that's like they should be trying to push high ground, or is their lineup just happy and content to farm?
As long as they still have map control, it's okay, and they have map control with it right now. Just moving it around as a pack so that IG can't come into their side of the forest. They don't need to play too aggressively unless they see a good hook shot. They want IG to come into them, and this way they'll have vision of the Doom, because they can't let Puppey get doomed.
Yeah.
And especially with no mobility item, he can just BKB anything else, or just BKB Black Hole the Doom if he even runs up.
The Secret shot, Ferrari going to reveal this. He doesn't get hit by the hook, but the Orchid catches him. The Black Hole! Oh no! Gets dealt with, and Ferrari will still go down, but that was a... I'm not sure if he cancelled that himself, or it looks like he just cancelled himself because he wanted to make sure the Yules wasn't used, but Puppey, bit of a blunder, but it doesn't matter. They get the kill on the puck, they're looking to go high ground, they've still got the Aegis, and IG, push comes to shove, how are they defending without this puck anyways?
25 seconds left on Aegis.
Oh, and June gets jumped now as well. The Sonic Wave goes through, even catches Chizbug in the back. Arteezy on the front lines has to be a bit cautious because of the Aegis timing you just mentioned, but it looks like Secret with Puck and Doom dead, neither having a buyback here. This is just going to be a lane of racks. This game, 24 minutes in, it's Secret pressuring the base, pushing down towers, and just with a huge lead over IG, who just can't put any pressure of their own out on the map. One lane down, and Secret just going to back off for the time being.
Easy peasy.
Not much to it, it seems, as they now accumulate a 13,000 gold lead. IG running out of options here.
Yeah, they really needed to get a lot of damage done before the trifecta of BKBs came out, and now that it's up, what is Lion gonna do? What is Puck gonna do? And they just don't have enough items at this point.
Yeah.
Not enough lockdown.
And Arteezy just tanks himself up even further with the Skadi. I guess concerned that if he gets doomed or something, there is physical damage. He can man-fight the Lycan a lot better. Not to mention, yeah, just having extra raw HP to survive a doom is going to help him out and go a long way here.
Well, here comes the last-ditch effort smoke from IG.
This is just, if this fails, I feel like it's just GG. There was a high ground observer ward. Not sure if that one scouted out the smoke game, because IG now maneuver through the jungle here. Secret, they got a tower here. They could just use this tower for cover. They're smoked up themselves, and Arteezy has a BKB, has a Skadi. They're going to look to put down a ward behind the tier 1, but they have not spotted anyone out just yet. Secret maintaining good positioning here. With 3 heroes with BKB, it's going to be so hard to get a good initiation off here if you're IG.
Especially since it's daytime. If it's daytime, you can just see them in the popular BKB. And they don't have a good way to stop the BKBs. The only blink that they have is on Ferrari. They really needed a blink dagger on Lion and hopefully get sort of jump on them. But
both teams. I think Secret thought they were going to find a pickoff on the high ground of the mid lane. Oh, he's going to TP into the smoke. Oh, surprise! June goes down at the mid lane. Secret were just waiting smoked up, and well, without a buyback, no Aghanim's doomed to deal with. Secret are feeling like, hey, they've got this. IG were just meandering through the Radiant jungle and couldn't find anything, and well, Secret were waiting for them back at their own base.
Nice crisp play from Secret. They don't split up very often too, knowing that IG, the only way they can get back in is by, you know, getting a couple of pickoffs and then Secret maybe dying one by one, but as a 5-man pack they are way too strong.
Well, Ferrari going to go and just blink silence and will orb himself out here. The Sonic Wave goes through. They bring down the Lion. And Arteezy with a BKB as well as S4 on the front lines. They just right-click Luo away. No chance for IG to defend, and this is looking like it's in the bag for game 1. Zai still holding onto that hook shot, and the Familiar is just getting decimated by the physical damage output of Team Secret. As both top racks go down, and this is looking like it's all over. 2 lanes. And IG with no real recovery mechanic whatsoever. Not to mention just a far inferior late game lineup. June going to get stunned up in the, as well as Orchid. He's got no BKB still. We'll get away from this one with the help of the Yules here. May look to turn and Doom. Zai is not really a good target, especially after he's used the hook shot. Being chain stunned up here. All the familiars come in. The Orb as well as the Waning Rift. Going to get... Oh, he walked back into it after the swap. That wasn't the play to make, but it's not a play that's really going to matter too much. Ferrari going to TP himself out from the cliff as Secret disperse. TZ TPs himself home, but 2 lanes of racks. You lose a Clockwork. Secret don't care.
And looking at the draft, it seems like Secret has been getting these sort of heroes like all the time, and some of the heroes are interchangeable, I would say, like Enigma interchangeable with Chen. But I mean, even though I thought IG's bans were pretty good, it seems like Secret still got the lineup that they wanted at the end of the day.
It feels like there's this, yeah, it's so hard because you ban out one thing, they picked up their interchangeable hero. And it's always, I feel like one of the really cool things about them is how kind of Kuro and Puppey like trade off a bit. When Puppey's playing the farming jungler like the Enigma, Kuro plays like the more hard support space creator. He was zoning, looking to just be that kind of much more kind of hard support. Other times it's Puppey on his Enchantress or his Chen, kind of ganking and putting pressure on early while Kuro gets more farm. So it's very much a case of one of them is pressuring while the other's getting their farm, and Secret never just fall behind in net worth. Even when they're not finding kills, there's been numerous games where I feel like they've been behind on kills but still well ahead on overall net worth. This game though, ahead on kills, ahead on net worth, 20,000 gold in their advantage, and nothing really IG can do at this point. S4 even picks up a Lincoln Sphere, so one more tool to help deal with the Doom as well.
They're trying to go late game. June picked up a Midas.
On the Doom, yeah. He had this before the Acceptor.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's had this from the get-go, but... Oh, he gets hooked at bottom lane, trying to TP out. He's going to turn and Doom Zai here, but not before going down himself, it looks like it. The swap out, Zai going to get taken out by the puck. June now orchided up, and Queen of Pain going to get one, possibly a second if he can find Ferrari. Can he get the blink out? He's got a Yules as well. Sonic Wave doesn't come right away. The right clicks are there. The Yules held many points in the phase shift. Not enough. It was max level phase shift, but his blink just couldn't come up in time. And meanwhile, mid lane, it's the Shadow Fiend picking off the Lion there. Arteezy using that Yules into Requiem of Souls combo. Secret just making this look too easy.
I think maybe they have to get rid of the Shadow Fiend next game, or get it themselves. He's such a burden to deal with in the mid lane, I feel like. There's very few 1v1ers that can deal with him, especially with Bottle Crow, and he just wins most matchups past 5.
Yep.
Very, very difficult mid, especially with the way Secret plays too. There's always someone around to try and counter gank or put pressure on his lane.
Well, with that, we'll force a buyback out on the puck. That's going to kill any of his dreams of farming up a Aghanim Scepter this game, which would have been a nice tool to have against the BKBs on the Team Secret
problem
side.
is Luo can't even go in. He ults and he has to run away from a Queen of Pain, like let alone Shadow Fiend and Midnight Pulse and all these other things that he has to deal with.
And his Necrobook does nothing, it feels like. If Secret of BKB, Arteezy just farms the Necrobook, Queen of Pain can just Sonic Wave them. It's not really like the Necrobooks are doing much in the fights at all.
And this is without like a black hole in any of these fights too. If God forbid a black hole on 2 or 3 people on IG.
Well, Arteezy has gone for a 30-minute Sanjin Yasha. Why not?
I remember there was a stat with like Sanjin Yasha had like a ridiculously high win rate percentage. This is why.
Yeah, just clowning with like game items here. It feels like he could be picking up anything. It's like the Animal Courier had like a 10% win rate, because if you end the game with an Animal Courier in your inventory, obviously you've done something wrong. So I went through a phase where at the end of the game, before we killed their throne, I'd always buy an Animal Courier to try and improve the win rate of Animal Couriers as an item, but I didn't see much change. One man could not make a difference.
If everyone tries though.
Yeah.
Remember the Animal Couriers.
To all our viewers out there, if you're winning your game, buy an Animal Courier in your inventory. Don't summon it, just buy it and have it sit there. Secret now looking like they can seal this one. Puppey gets the swap into a solo black hole onto your puck here. They're going to see Kuro take a finger of death here, but he gets healed back up, and Secret are just so tanky right now. No one taking any damage at all. Chuan going to be next in life. Sonic Wave for good measure. Even clears out the Necrobooks, and Luo gets back to the Phantom, but it's GG. Game 1 in the bag of this best of 3 series. IG had a draft prepared, seemed to be happy to give away the Shadow Fiend, but it wasn't enough. Like, the draft just didn't really come together, it feels like.
The pressure came out too late. They were reliant on Blink Puck, but by then Enigma had mech. It was like a 12, 13 minutes before they were able to put any pressure on towers. Well played, Secret.
Yeah, Secret, they didn't even have to do anything different from what they've done in the group stage. Showing that it's not going to be about pocket strats for them, it's going to be about just keep on doing what worked for them in the group stage moving forward. It's going to be up to these other teams to